So, George, what are some of the goals that you have to get out of this session? What are some of the things that you need to accomplish?
Well, I'm a musician also, so I'm thinking about going back to playing my music and going back into live concerts because I used to dabble with the basic guitar.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna thinking about going back doing that and keep my mind occupied. That's one way of. I know that I won't be doing nothing, but of course that's still gonna put me in a position where I'm gonna be around people that drinking and doing some other things, and that's being a musician, as you probably well know. That's really where a lot of the drinking and drugging goes on at. So I'm trying to say which direction I want to go in.
Now, can I make some suggestions?
Absolutely.
Have you ever tried? Well, first of all, have you ever tried to? I guess it's not a suggestion, but have you ever tried to stop drinking before?
No.
No.
Been drinking since I was 17.
Are you worried about what's going to happen when you stop drinking?
Yeah, I'm really concerned about that because I never, out of 36, 30, what is it? About almost 40 years.
That's a lot of time to be drinking.
Yeah.
Do you have any friends or anyone that you know of, maybe coworkers, that don't drink?
No.
No. Do you belong to a church?
I used to.
Lots of times people will go to churches just to find some people to hang out with, to be with, that maybe, aren't in the big partying scene
Right.
and stuff. And it's also, can be a really good place to kind of settle down into yourself and deal with all the anger and things that you have, the
Right.
issues with your wife. Otherwise, I was going to suggest, maybe trying to go to a meeting. There's AA meetings. Those are free.
I didn't like them at first. I mean, I heard about them, but
Yeah.
I just
Tell me about what you've heard about them.
I know people that belong to them and everything like that, and it just seemed boring for me.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, the idea of meetings, it sounds kind of boring. There's all different kinds of meetings. So I would encourage you, and I can give you again a list of some. They're all different. I know that some friends of mine, they're musicians and they don't drink, and they found some other musicians and guys to play it with,
Right.
just from those meetings. So, there's all different kinds, and there's not just AA. There's some other meetings too. There's some meetings that are more affiliated with churches. There's some meetings that have more, I guess I would say, a scientific approach.
Right.
But there's all different kinds of, I guess, self-help things that, you might want to consider. It's a great way to create new relationships. Get out and maybe find some musician people to hang out with.
Right.
Do you have any other hobbies, things that you've done in the past that don't involve drinking?
Bowling.
Bowling.
Yeah.
That's a
Done
good
bowling. That's what I used to do. I used to belong to a league. Bowling and sometimes I play a little pool, but bowling is the biggest thing.
Sports are a great
Right.
outlet for both your energy and for doing something to get your mind off of drinking and
Right.
everything. Is there any kind of exercise that you like to do? Anything physical? It sounds like your job is pretty physical as you
Weightlifting.
do weightlifting.
Yeah.
Sure. Do you belong to a gym?
Nah.
No.
I'm thinking about joining though. I'm thinking about joining. I thought about that.
Exercise is a great outlet, especially if you're angry.
Right.
Just to
Oh, yeah.
bang those weights around.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about some things. Now, just tell me, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you as far as thinking that you can stop drinking?
I guess I'm on a scale of 5.
5?
Yeah.
Now, after the things that we've talked about, is there any way that we can move this up to 6?
We can try. I mean, I'll be like I said. I'm willing to try because I don't want to lose my job, and I don't want to. I really don't want to fall back into that, knowing that, I'm taking risks. I'm not a good risk taker like that. So I'm pretty much going to have to stick with it. This is my first time out, and I'm gonna try to stick with it.
Right. And you have a lot to deal with.
Yeah. Well, I wanna find some resources and try to find me another place.
To live, which
To
I can
live.
help you with.
Yeah, and start over. Man, later on down the line, meet somebody new. Man, the second thing is get a divorce.
Yeah. That's you've got a lot on your plate, as we've said. And, maybe if I could give you some advice, if you don't mind, maybe take some of this kind of slow. There's a lot of changes that you've talked about making. And it's a lot for one person to deal with. So, why don't we prioritize and figure out what we think is the most important thing that you need to work on right now when you leave this office?
Well, considering that my job is important, I think I'm gonna have to work on trying to get into try those AA meetings, I guess. That's one thing, and then the next thing I probably work on finding me a place because I need a place.
Sure. Well, the good thing is there's meetings at all different times, all different times of day. You can go to as many meetings as you want.
All right.
So I can definitely hook you up in that matter, and then also, we'll provide you those resources. Do you have any questions so far about what we've talked about?
No, I'm pretty clear on a couple of things. I just want to kind of get started.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I really appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
And I hope that you got some things out of this meeting.
Oh, yeah, I did.
If you want to hold on while I go and get these resources for you, so
All right.
you got some to take with. And,
Sound good.
and try and take it easy on yourself, okay?
All right.
All
Sound
right.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.